The following opinions are solely those of BoatTest.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTest.com. Now, last year, we introduced the Bayliner Element to rave reviews, and this year, Bayliner has gone one better by creating a larger, more functional version, the Element XL. I'm going to see how they've done as I conduct a features walkthrough and sea trial. Now, because this is such an attractive boat for beginners, and in my opinion, the kids, Bayliner took a whole new approach to safety. They wanted to have a boat that had minimal bow rise and less lean into the turns, not unlike you would find in a car, and the way they did that is with the M hull. It starts with the basic V bottom, but on the outside there's additional flotation, and that gives us much more stability, and we'll show you that when we get in the water. And it also will give us less bow rise. But more importantly, for those new boaters that might have a little trouble trailering, this will center itself on the trailer perfectly every time.
That M hull also translates to additional stability as you step on board the boat and move about.
I also like how there's Nonskid midship, so you can board from this area as well. We've got the usual swim platforms to both sides of the outboard, but on the starboard side, this one has its 3-step reboarding ladder angled away from the running gear. There's also a grab handle right on the side. The engine wheel has a platform at the bottom, so that if you're going to do any engine maintenance at all, this makes it that much easier. Now, I said this was a larger version. It's 2 feet larger than the original Element, and Bayliner put all of that length right here at the stern, where now we have 2 loungers instead of a single one going across the stern. So now we not only have 2 aft-facing seats, but we can also face each other with plenty of room in between. And this fits in with the theme of the Element XL still being affordable. All of the seats are molded into the fiberglass with just cushions on, and they're surprisingly comfortable. This can also be seen with the seats directly across from the helm, where we have both forward-facing and aft-facing seats, both within close proximity to the captain. Now, the forward-facing seats, equally comfortable. We can face each other, but we can also be in the more naturally feeling forward-facing position while still being reclined. Now, naturally, there's storage underneath all of the seats, with the exception of this port stern seat, which has the standard 12-gallon fuel tank, and in this case, the optional 6-gallon auxiliary tank, controlled with a crossover switch. Rounding out the storage is the anchor locker forward, and I like the lift and lock latch. Now, to me, this is an excellent boat to get the kids started out on boating and operating the boat by themselves. It's got such basic systems, and part of that can be seen right here at the helm. The simplicity of the Element XL is in its systems. It's a basic fuel system, very basic electrical system. And on the panel, there's only one gauge, a speedometer with an embedded voltmeter inside. There's not even a fuel gauge on the panel. That's located on top of the fuel tank.
The helm seat, like all the other seats, is in a fixed position, and for my short stature, I find it to be back a little too far. But Bayliner has responded to that, and they've added a cushion that snaps onto the seat back. It's called a wedge, and that will move the operator forward just a little bit. In fact, just the right amount.
There's a basic windscreen at the helm, but I'd like to see it angled up and maybe be a little bit higher, because right now it deflects wind directly into my face rather than over my head. Now, aside from being easy to operate for beginners, as a veteran boat captain, I'm telling you I find a lot of appeal in this boat because of its simplistic systems. I can't see this needing much maintenance at all aside from cleaning. Now, part of what makes the Element XL such an attractive package is its affordability. There's everything that you need on this boat and nothing that you don't. However, there are options available. Let's take a look at some of them. For starters, we've got this Sport Arch. It gives you a higher tow point for wakeboarders, and there are also wakeboard racks included. This is part of the sports package that also includes the Sport hull-side graphics. Standard engine is a 90 horsepower. Here we have the optional 115 Mercury 4-stroke.
And our test boat was fitted with the optional stereo with the control head mounted to the side of the helm console. An optional filler cushion can go over the anchor locker at the bow. 2 more filler cushions turn the stern into a large sun pad.
Another popular option is sure to be the fishing package. That consists of a casting deck with a pedestal seat, a trolling motor will get mounted at the bow, a live well goes underneath this seat, and a fish finder will get mounted at the helm.
The Bayliner Element XL has a length overall of 18 feet 2 inches and a beam of 7 feet 5 inches. With an empty weight of 2,000 pounds, 3/4 fuel, and 2 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 2,492 pounds. With an optional Mercury 115 4-stroke turning a 13 1/4 by 17 pitch 3-bladed prop, we reached a top speed of 41.2 miles per hour with a fuel burn of 11.1 gallons per hour. Dialed back to best cruise speed, we were running at 24.7 miles per hour while burning only 3.4 gallons per hour. That means the Element XL could keep that up for 119 miles and nearly 5 hours while still holding back a 10% reserve. The M hull certainly kept the bow rise to a minimum as we reached our planing speed in 2.8 seconds. We accelerated to 20 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds and reached 30 miles per hour in 7.8 seconds. As for handling, without a doubt this is a boat designed for protected water. In calmer conditions, she runs smoothly and is quite fun to operate. She's definitely got the minimal bow rise that Bayliner was trying to achieve, and I can also verify that she remains level in the turns. Another reason why she would make a good boat for beginners is that she refuses to make radical high-performance maneuvers. She'll bleed off speeds in the turns and ventilate the props, so even with a heavy hand on the wheel, the Element XL will stay safe. She is comfortable crossing wakes and presents a dry and comfortable transition. And with her light weight, even with the standard power, she's well suited for tubing. And with a light load, she should be fine for water skiing. For those who plan to consistently load her up to the 8-person capacity, then I would opt for the 115 horsepower package I just tested.
Now, I've been saying all along that this is a great boat for beginners, but I have to say, as a veteran captain, I'm finding a lot of appeal to this boat in its ease of simplicity. And if I had grandkids, this would be a sure way that I would get them to come and visit me. And that's my look at the Bayliner Element XL. For BoatTest.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.